Francisco Diego is a lecturer of physics and astronomy at the University College London. He joins me now for more on this. Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time. First and foremost, what is the difference between a UFO and a UAP?
Well, the UFO is an identifying flying object, and the UAP is just a phenomenon that cannot be explained. Not exactly flying, because it can be also underwater. There have been reports that they have apparently detected some unidentified objects, submarine objects as well. So that's the difference. It's just a flying object against a phenomenon that cannot be explained.
And what do you make of the hearing that took place in the Congress?
I have to contain my laugh because this is really a whole facade. It's a whole theatrical thing. Look, they need to have the evidence, and there is no evidence. I have to repeat this again and again. There are thousands and thousands of amateur astronomers and professional astronomers scanning the whole sky with fisheye lenses, taking pictures 24/7, day and night, and for the whole world, taking pictures of the sky all the time. And the evidence for all this phenomenon is absolute zero so far. So please, I mean, this is really...
If I may, so what you're indicating that what we saw happen in Congress yesterday was basically a theater?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. If they have evidence, the evidence will be overwhelming. That evidence is overwhelming, and they couldn't even hide it. And this is absolutely taking advantage of the gullibility of the public to come with news like this. This should stop. Really, this should stop.
So as an expert in this field, what do you think could be the possible motive for these guys to come with some theories like the ones we saw in Congress yesterday?
Well, yes, absolutely. And it's people trying to get publicity, trying to get some exposure in the media, trying to get some money. Perhaps they will write a book and sell it by the thousands. And I have to notice all this always happens in the United States, only there, nowhere else. So this is very symptomatic as well. So yes, good luck with this business that they have in their hands. But this is nowhere scientific. There is no evidence, and there will not be evidence. The possibilities of evidence are nearly zero. We didn't have any evidence of alien intervention in these thousands of millions of years of the history of the Earth.
Francisco, I don't want to sensationalize the discussion in any way, but when you say nearly zero, you do mean that there might be a slight chance.
Well, in science, we never have zero or never have 100%. There is always a possibility. But in this case, the possibility is very, 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 very low. And there is no evidence. Evidence is very important in science. And then there is absolutely no evidence of any alien intervention. In thousands of millions of years of the history of the Earth, there is zero evidence so far.
All right. And do you think it is going to continue the way it is right now? Or perhaps do you think science has advanced in such a way that in the near future we might see some sort of evidence?
Evidence of alien intelligence, I think, is going to be extremely low. I would say almost zero. We know how life developed on this planet. We know how intelligence developed on this planet. And it's going to be extremely difficult to find the intelligence elsewhere in our galaxy, certainly not in our solar system. So we have to be careful to bring science properly into this arena, because so far, for what I have seen, there is no science behind all these assertions of evidence of what we see on the screens now. We have seen these videos endlessly. These videos are years and years old, and there is no more evidence like this. I mean, this evidence, which is this particular one, is something I have seen for 10 years now. The same thing, infrared cameras taking pictures of another plane which is flying exactly at the same distance, exactly at the same speed. And anyway, it's quite sad that these things are happening and people are exposed, and they are giving airtime to do these assertions. Unfortunately.
Right. So you basically agree with our correspondent, Andy Rosen, that what happened in Congress yesterday was basically straight out of a science fiction movie. Professor Francisco Diego, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.